without
Dang.
money, without buying anything, just live off the land. My dad knew a lot about that.
He grew up like that too? Or he grew up the same way you did?
My dad grew up a lot rougher than I did. He knew more about living off the land than I ever did.
Yeah.
But I know enough to get me by.
Yeah, I'd like to live that lifestyle if it wasn't so dang hard. And,
What do you mean hard?
well, not hard, but more, you know. It seems like it'd be much simpler than the modern world now with all the computers and everything. It would. It would seem more simpler, don't you think?
I wouldn't get too involved with all them computers. Just use that to your advantage, and if you need it, use it. If you don't bother. But living off the land, you can't live off the land and use a computer.
That's true.
Living off the land and depending on the land and the animals and wind and air, the rain, storms. That's totally another world.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of things you have to learn. And a computer ain't going to teach you what you need to know.
that's true. I mean, like you said, something goes bad, something happens, people won't know
If
what
you
to do.
get cut and you're bleeding bad, what do you do to stop the bleeding?
I don't know, find.
Wouldn't have a clue, would you?
There you are.
You'd bleed to death and die. You look for spider webs.
Spider webs?
Spider webs. Spider webs will stop bleeding.
Oh, it has the silky stuff on it.
Spider webs, you got to get enough of them to put on the cut, and it will stop the bleeding.
To clean the wound, all you need is some water, right?
No, you don't use water. If you're out in the wilderness and you're living off the land, the odds are you don't want to use polluted water. So you clean it the best you can with what you got, and find you some spider webs, or either heat up a steel rod and cauterize it, burn it.
Yeah, kind of like Brandon.
Yeah, that hurts like hell, but if you can get spider webs, that's the best way to stop it. Spider webs will stop bleeding quick, but you got to be in a place where you can get access to them.
Yeah.
It'll stop bleeding in a hurry.
So, your dad, he pretty much taught you like how the fire speaks, the wind speaks, and live off the land?
Do what?
So your dad pretty much taught you how everything here speaks and the wind speaks and how to live off the land?
Yeah. Taught me a lot of stuff about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Taught me all about different animals and the noise they make. My dad taught me a lot of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff.
And I wish I could learn all that from my dad, you know what I'm saying?
Your dad don't know nothing about living off the land. The computers were to shut down, your dad would be lost. He might know a few things, but he doesn't know what he needs to know to take care of a family. That's rough. That's a 24-hour thing. You steady hunting, skinning, cleaning, figuring out a way to wash your clothes, how to get a bath, handles for the house, how to build a house.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of stuff goes into play
Yeah.
there.
I mean, the only thing I know how to build a log cabin is make some notches in some logs and.
Well, you can make one out of bushes and brush, underbrush.
Yeah.
That'll get you by.
Yeah, I heard the palmetto bushes work good though.
But the only thing about down here in the summertime is you got to worry about poisonous snakes that will crawl up in the campsite and crawl up under your cover and bite your ass at night. And the odds are you'll be dead in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Sulfur is the only thing that keep them away.
Oh, that wouldn't be good for me.
Sulfur?
Yeah, I'm allergic to sulfur.
You can sprinkle it around your campsite. As long as one's not inside of it, he won't cross over the sulfur.
I thought cotton balls worked.
What?
Cotton balls.
Cotton balls?
Yeah.
Not really, no. That's just an old made-up saying. Sulfur will work. Mothballs will work.
Yeah, mothballs, that's what it was.
Mothballs, if you got enough of them. But the odds are you ain't going to have very many mothballs. The other thing to do is set traps.
Oh, maybe someone can teach me. Maybe you, maybe
Teach
someone.
you what?
Oh, we off the land.
Why you want to know all
Just in case I ever need to.
that?
I mean, if I ever need to, I mean,
A lot of work in that, boy.
Yeah.
You know how to start a fire without matches?
Yeah, I mean, I know some methods. It'll take a lot of work, but I know some methods.
You damn right it takes a lot of work.
I know the bow
grease.
bow drill. I know the bow drill one.
You had the what?
Bow drill?
Bow drill?
Yeah, you make a little tiny
Bow?
bow. Yeah, bow.
Make it loose enough where you put a loop in it, put a stick on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what do you put on your hand to keep it from rubbing a hole through your hand?
I don't know, sap? I don't know.
Another piece of wood.
Another piece of, dang.
Another piece of wood over it to keep it from boring a frickin' hole through your hand. And then you work back in two, and if you're gonna get that thing hot enough and heat it up to the point where it's gonna start a fire, you need to find some dry leaves or some pine straw.
Some timber and all that. Tinder? Yeah.
Something real flammable, because you will work that thing back in two for a good long while before it gets hot enough to make a spark. And there's another way that's easier, but you got to have it. Flint.
Oh, yeah, flint and steel.
If you got a little rock of flint, you can take a knife or something and hit it, and it'll throw off a big enough spark to set fire to some leaves of grass.
Yeah, I know.
That's the easiest way.
We don't have flint over here, do we?
If you can find a big piece, you'll pay for it. It's hard to get flint. We used to find it every now and then back where I lived at. Occasionally you'd find a piece out in the field, but it wasn't a very big piece. Small. But that and the little bow thing is about the best way. But like I said, you will work yourself to death to get that thing hot enough to start a fire.
There's one other thing I heard of too. If you have glasses, you can point at a bartender. It has to be there for a while though, and you have to.
Well, it has to be a certain type glass. It has to be some type of magnifying glass, and it will set fire to it. But if you're in a place where it's cloudy and you can't get no sunshine, that ain't gonna do you no good. You're back to the little bowstring.
Well, I guess there's a lesson. You ever out in the woods, carry a mattress.
Now, if you're in an icy place, how do you make fire out of ice?
I have no idea.
What do you mean? You don't have no idea.
How to make fire out of ice?
Make fire out of ice.
That seems pretty dang difficult there.
Huh?
Seems pretty difficult.
What?
Make a fire out of ice.
What's so difficult about it?
It's ice.
Doesn't matter. That's the whole unique thing about the whole thing.
Look, how do you make fire out of ice?
You don't know?
Mm-mm.
You mean you'd be so lost that you'd freeze to death?
Most likely.
You take a piece of ice. You get a piece of ice, a little hunk, but so thick, and you keep rubbing it with your hands, melting it, and you shape it into a lens, a magnifying lens.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
And then when the sun comes out, you use that piece of ice to set fire to your wood or whatever you got for to start a fire. You make fire out of ice. It's something you need to remember.
Yep.
It takes a while to make the magnifying lens, but your hands will be freezing, they'll get numb, they'll hurt, but you get that thing shaped just right, like a magnifying lens, it will set fire to grass or whatever you got. And that's no lie, it will work. It definitely will work.
But I like being out here in the woods. It makes me feel, I don't know, free-ish.
What?
Being out here in the woods kind of makes me feel free-ish.
Free?
Yeah. It makes me feel free.
Free. You ain't free, boy. You ain't never free. You just think you're free. One. Damn, I got another one on here. Let's see. Just see. Jesse, very fresh.
There's Thomas.
Right
Honestly.
in Iowa. I just moved to Northwest Arkansas.
Hey guys, the Nature Driller official here, and that was just a little bit of the camping thing we did. Just a little talking about the fire, and I would have recorded all of it, but I only had 28% battery left, so I got as much as I could before the phone shut off. I know it wasn't a lot, guys, but you know, you just gotta do what you have to. And I promised I'd bring y'all a camping video, so there it was. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about this. This is the Nature Driller, signing out.